Welcome to Soaps.com. I'm Kristen Burt. Joining us today is Bold and the Beautiful star Tanner Novlan, who's got a brand new Hallmark film, Debbie Macomber's Joyful Mrs. Miracle, here for the holiday season. Tanner, how are you?
I'm great. I'm doing really well. I know it's nice to have to do this Christmas movie. It's a little bit of a change up from being Dr. John Finnegan on Bold and the Beautiful.
Definitely. And I'll tell you, last night I watched the movie and boy, did it hit home. We're going through something very similar because, the movie is about siblings going home to their grandmother's estate. We lost my uncle this year, unfortunately, but he was living at my grandmother's home and we're sorting
Oh, I'm
through all
sorry
of
to
these
hear that.
things. And
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, we need a Mrs. Miracle in our life right now to help us out.
Don't we all? We kept saying that. I was like, Mrs. Miracle, you're amazing. And Rachel Boston, who plays Mrs. Miracle, is so lovely and so amazing. And she embodied everything miraculous about Mrs. Miracle. I was like, yeah, I'd like to have her around more often too.
Yeah, there's something just so sweet about it. And I'd love to know from you, your character, Austin, really plays a central role in kind of tying the past and the present together. What parts of yourself did you see in Austin?
I think one of the lessons that he learns is, and what Miss Miracle provides is, she empowers the siblings and Austin to kind of, to seek change in their lives, that will ultimately lead you or them to happiness and fulfillment. And I think sometimes the solution is a little more in front of you than what you might think because of things that have happened in the past. And so for someone to come in and just give their perspective for a second is really nice.
I loved how the character would like swoop in, offer like a little morsel of wisdom, and then swoop right out. And then the siblings and everyone else would just try and figure out and be like, who is this woman?
Exactly. And that's what I loved about it. She never, tells anyone what to do, but just again, like kind of just empower them to do that and maybe work a few strings to set up some situations, which is really fun to do too. So yeah, I'm a fan of Miss Miracle. We all need a little bit of Miss Miracle.
I know, totally a fan. I'd love to know, have you ever had someone like Mrs. Miracle in your life?
Just my therapist, probably.
That's true. Therapy's good.
Everything. Yes, I think maybe not intense. She definitely doesn't have a magical bag. But yeah, I think I lean on a lot of different people for that. My wife or and my family in that way. And yeah, I think there's a multiple people.
Well, since Mrs. Miracle performs miracles, if you could perform any sort of miracle, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, she's any miracle.
Any miracle. What miracle would you love to perform if you could?
Just to like make sure, just to remember my soap dialogue. Probably that'd be the biggest miracle. Just kidding.
When you get those pages and you're like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
this is for tomorrow.
Miss Miracle, sprinkle some pixie dust on me or something. So, yeah, I think the miracle would be is coming togetherness. I think on a family level, and I think that's what this movie really hits home really well. Is everyone's better together and to talk things out and to work through things together and not get stuck in the past, which is so easy to do, and to move forward and to seek fulfillment that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good advice. And you were mentioning her magic carpet bag. It just keeps pulling things out. What would be in your magic carpet bag if you had one? What's in your bag of tricks?
Oh my gosh, anything to just whatever my kids need. I'm like, okay, whatever. I kind of have a match bag. It's like the front seat of my car. I just pull out and hand back. Like this, toys, snacks, just anything that kids need. It's the magic man bag I'd have. That'd be great.
I know. I was like, I always need a good snack in my what kids, me, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I finish all the meals at the like take the last. Like these are pretty good. These rice cakes. Okay, yeah. Becoming like a 2-year-old again.
Well, this is your second Hallmark film. I would love to know what surprised you most about joining the Hallmark universe because the fans are passionate and they are there for you every step of the way.
It is. It's amazing. And talking to Rachel about it too. She's been in it, but it was really fun. We got to shoot this one in Victoria on Vancouver Island, which I'd never been before. And it's so beautiful there. And I think the movie really, you get a sense of that magical just outdoors, and it's Christmassy, and it's such a fun pleasure to shoot those movies because every day it really is, at the end of the day, even if it's something heavy, and this This movie has a lot of death in it and trauma, but at the end of the day, it's Christmas, you know. So it's you look around, there's twinkle lights, and it's like it will all be okay, and we can all work through it together. So yeah, it was really fun.
Do you have any favorite holiday memories that really resonate with the themes of this particular movie?
Probably now that I'm older, everyone coming back, and it's so fun. Now that I have kids, it's changed a little bit, but it's that juxtaposition where everyone's an adult, but there's still like their own things, and the family all comes together. But then at the end of the day, you all fall into that table that you were sitting at when you were 9 or however your age, your sister's 7, and you all just kind of become your old selves. And I think this movie deals with a little bit of like your old self versus your new self and becoming that.
Oh, I totally
So,
agree with that. I find myself still in the back seat of the car. How did
yeah,
I never graduate to the front seat?
you just automatically give it to your older brother or sister or something like that.
Yeah, or like my parents, they're in
Yeah,
the
your
front,
parents are there.
of course. But
Yeah.
or it's also I find that my brother and I will even slide into our bickering ways when we were kids of just like teasing each other. I'm like, how did that never leave?
Totally. And it's that's amazing. And that should be embraced. So yeah, I love that. I do too.
Yeah, there is something about that you just go, oh my gosh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Pivoting a little bit, just talking about Bold and the Beautiful. We promised Bold and the Beautiful we would not reveal any storylines. We got approval, Tanner.
No, no previews. Well, let's see if I slip.
No, so no storyline, but she Eva did say we could ask character questions, and so
Okay.
I've got a couple of character questions for you about Finn, of course.
Yeah.
So now that Steffy and Finn have achieved that super couple status, I would love to know what are the upsides and maybe the downsides of being a part of this unbreakable couple.
I think it's a lot of side. It is, yeah. They've been together, they're so strong together. And I always love how they lean on each other and support each other. And I think there's a lot of cool drama that can come out of that. It's funny because they have a very functioning marriage, but they're always pulled in these crazy different ways, and their values are always tested. But I think I just see it as a big positive. I always refer back, like I always like watching them at home when we have a scene where they're like dealing with kids, and I think it's fun to have this very powerful, amazing CEO of this fashion conglomerate and a doctor, and then at the end of the day they come home and it's just like maybe it just resonates with me in life, or on some level where you come home and it's like your kids don't care about any of this. And so I like the kind of mundane scenes where they're just trying to maintain their house, which I think there's like interesting drama that can come from all sorts of ways. But our writers are so amazing. They always come up with something.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about Finn himself? Do you think that he has maybe a dark side or a deep, dark secret somewhere in your wild imagination?
You never know. You never know what they can come up. But that's one of the coolest things about playing Finn as an original character, in the sense like there's no past that we know about, and so we can be very creative with other things like that. It's kind of a blank slate for the writers that they can choose to to pull something, or we don't know anything about them, so they're not beholden to any previous storylines or anything like that, so they can let their imaginations run wild.
It's good because the fans also don't have to go, wait a minute, 2 decades ago.
yeah. I was there for all that. I can pull it if I remember it all. Yeah.
You don't have to sweat that.
Yeah, no kidding.
How about you and your wife, Kayla? I know she is a veteran of Bold and the Beautiful as well. Let's say, have you guys thought about this? Like if Steffi's twin sister Phoebe turns out not to be dead, would it be cool if she came back to the show and played her?
It would be amazing. That would be kind of fun. Well, she's already been my intimacy double. So she's been back to the studio way back in the COVID days, which was amazing. It's so funny for her because she was like, it was just fun for her to like reminisce, because she was 18 years old when she did the show. She's like, oh my
baby.
God, there's so much that's the same and like the little differences. And so, yeah, it'd be fun.